Greetings, this is Edward Ojambo. In this tutorial, JavaScript will be used to create break and continue loops. This is brought to you from the jamboshop.com Learning JavaScript course. Essentially, what we'll do is we're going to use JavaScript to create break and continue loop statements. What you do is you use break to continue the current loop execution, and you continue skips the rest of the current loop iteration. So what that simply means is that when you have a loop, in this case I'm going to be using the for of loop, but you can use any type of loop except for each loop, which we did in the last tutorial. The reason you cannot use a for each loop is because a for each loop is actually a function. So break and continue do not work in functions. They only work for loops. So you can use like a while loop, for each loop, for of loop, for in loop, all those type of loops. It has to be a loop. They're only these two state commands, continue and break, they only work for loops. Okay, so that's basically it. Just want to let you know that for this tutorial, I'll be using the jamboshop.com Learning JavaScript Course web IDE. It also inspired this tutorial. JavaScript by default runs in a web browser for client-side interactive or automated web applications, but you can also use it outside a web browser by using server-side embedded platforms such as Node.js, Tori. There are a few others as well. Allow you to run JavaScript outside a web browser. So you can make games. I have some games I've actually used JavaScript for. Yeah, I even have games right on the Android store. What's it called? Play Store, Google Play Store. Okay, so for the code snippet, you can expand here to see it. This is the screenshot. I had to make it smaller because what I did was I wanted to show them differently. I didn't want to put them together. So the first part here is for the break, and the second part is for continue. You can combine them, but just to make it easy for this story to understand. And this is the output here. And for the output, what I did was instead of making a very big output, what I did was where I break before, in the next loop, I just continued basically skipping the part that had come to break. So that way there's no repeating values, and also to make the output shorter. This is the video you're watching right now. And then, of course, JavaScript is open source. It follows the MScript standard, licensed under the W3C software license. This allows commercial use, modification, distribution, and allows making derivatives proprietary. Before we start the tutorial, be sure to subscribe for more frequent content. Let's hop over now to ojamboshop.com, and I'll clear this. I use that to create the screenshots for the article, and we can begin. So as you know, you can simply copy and paste, and I'll use our usual pickup truck variable. I could also copy and paste here, but I'll type it in just so that if somebody's following the tutorial and they're learning, they won't be confused at where all this code came from. I try to keep it consistent so you can follow along with any of the tutorials for the JavaScript loop series. You create another one called even numbers. Just a simple array. Then I'll create numbers. It's not really needed, but just to 30, 40, and 50. Okay. What's different from all the other for loops? I won't just output out without a loop, because that's what those other tutorials were for. This is simply explaining or showing how the loop works when you want to break. I was not able to use, as I said before, a for each loop, because for each is a function. It's not a you can't break inside a function. So just use an if statement. If key equals model, I'll break. You notice here I didn't put the squiggly brackets. They are not needed if it's just one command right after the if statement, if block. So you don't need it. I can put it next line, but since it's just literally one word, I can put it on the same line as well. And then I'll use the template strings to output the key and pick up truck. Okay, so this will give me the value. So the template string. Okay, now we'll do the same thing for the even numbers. Say if even number equals 4, we'll break. Even number. And finally, for the break, we'll do numbers. Say if number equals 20, break. Then we'll do the same thing and just replace. We'll do the same thing, but instead of, we'll just replace break with continue. So as you can see here, we have the continue part. We'll do the same thing, object keys, pickup truck, we'll put continue, and do the same thing for even number, even numbers. Even number equals 2. Here I see I did brand instead of model, because this part here would print out the model. Sorry, it will print out the brand. You print out brand, which is the first one, and this one in the continue, it will start at the model and continue there. And you see this one, it says equals 4. So that's because it will print out the first one, which is 2, and here it says 2 to continue, to skip that iteration, go next one. Same with here for the numbers. See when it's number 10, it will skip it and start at 20 over here. So if we go and compile this, where did I make a mistake? Let's see. I just noticed that this is a mistake here. There should be $. Hopefully that fixes it. Nope. Okay, so what I did is I typed it in again. Let's go compile. You can just clear and type in the numbers again. So as you can see here, we had brand 2 and 10. Again, that's the first ones. Brand is Ford, 2 and 10, and then it break. Break means it will stop. And the next one, we skip the, you see when number is 2, brand and all that, continue. So we skip that iteration and continue. So that's why it's 4, 6, 8, 10, and 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, again, be sure to subscribe for more frequent content. If you have any requests, just let me know. It could be JavaScript, PHP, Python, any programming language. I'll be more than happy to oblige. So for JavaScript, you can learn it online at your own pace. I have a JavaScript course on thejumboshop.com. It's available 24/7. If you have any issues, questions, or concerns, you can simply just use a form to fill out, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. There are no subscriptions, just a one-time fee, and I'm offering you 20% off using the promo code SCHOOL until the end of 2024. So you only have just a few more days for 2024 to use this. There's also an ebook on Amazon. You can search for Eduardo Jumbo. The links are in the description. Regarding this ebook, coming very, very soon, I'm hoping to get it out before the end of 2024 as well. There will be a paperback version. Right now, I'm just working on the cover. I'm having some issues converting sRGB to CYMK, but hopefully that should be resolved pretty soon. And if for this article, it's on jumbo.com/javascript-break-continue-loop. You can look at the references here, the Learning JavaScript course on jumboshop.com, the Learning JavaScript ebook on Amazon, and there's also Jumbo services if you want custom websites or integrations or migrations, or maybe it's applications for the web, for the desktop or mobile, or maybe tutorial. You want to learn how to program. Maybe it's a databases, a different language. There's some of the languages I alluded to before, like Java, Rust, C, C++, PHP, JavaScript, Kotlin, all different types of languages. Yeah, I can help you with that. One-on-one tutorials online. That's the end of this tutorial. Thank you.